morning, good afternoon for all those who are in attendance and to the rest of the Dota 2 world. I am Sensei and we are here for the casting of this best of 3 matchup between Entity Gaming and TNC Tigers. So here we are with Entity Gaming. Here is Crystal Maiden, Medusa, Beastmaster, Dragonite, and Tusk. As for TNC Tigers, we have Jakiro, Tinker, Phantom Lancer, Clockwork, and Wind Ranger. So this is a best of 3 series, and we are here in Ncgc Esports, casting live straight from the Philippines.
Surpass your loveliness.
So here we are in the first few minutes, first few seconds prior to the first runes here, and we're expecting a safety rune getting here for both teams. Right now, what we are seeing here is a combination of intelligence and well, a good mix of int, agi, and strength heroes for Entity Gaming. I'm just checking it out here that they are more prepared for a mid-game or end-game or late-game matchup. As for TNC, they would rather try to do the pushing strategy.
Begins.
Treasures.
So there you have it. First hit to 458, and he will be okay right now. So we're seeing some action here in the top lane with Beastmaster Rotten here and Joe Beezy just flanking with the first hit by Crystal Maiden with Nova. And Tusk there for a triple man gank here, but then stand-in 458 is able to get out of it quite easily. Jakiro here with a dual breath, and Crystal Maiden will receive that end of the attack. Clockwork here, trapping Dragonite, but is able to get out of it. It's a 3-1-1 setup for TNC Gaming, TNC Pro, or rather TNC Tigers. And as for Entity Gaming, they will just have to sell for a 2-1-2 setup, or rather a 3-1-1 setup here at the top lane. An early quick push here for Entity Gaming. Phantom Lancer is being targeted. Jakiro providing support for Phantom Lancer, but it's going to be a first blood courtesy of Beastmaster. As for Jakiro's trying to get 1 kill here in the form of Crystal Maiden, and is able to make it, but not without him being also in the rut right now, but able to get out of it. So it's a 1-1 exchange there on the top lane, and it's quite action-packed here in the first 2 minutes of this matchup between Entity Gaming and TNC. As for Dragonite, he's just about done there. A last hit by Suffer, and Dragonite just is going to sleep right now. Here we are, a battle against wits, a battle against strategy. Joe Breezy just spamming that Crystal Nova, and Phantom Lancer just spamming that Doppelganger as he escapes all the traps that being set upon him. There's a snowball, it hits, Phantom Lancer is running for his life. Beastmaster, dual axe wielding, throws back, and he will be trapped here, but with the Doppelganger, he is trying to escape, but Beastmaster is about to go down, and there will be a dual kill there, 1 for each team. And as I've been saying, it's already so much jam-packed of an action here on the top lane. Both teams are exhibiting such aggressiveness here, and we are expecting more to come even in this early part of this game. So there's some action here going on the bottom lane, but then still not much of an event here. And as I was saying here, with based on their hero picks, But before that, we're seeing an action here straight from the bottom lane, and Dragonite is about to go down again. Courtesy this time by K with a shackle shot and connecting hit and support by Zephyr. And it's TNC Tigers doing all those thingamajazz here and showing off with their prowess early in the game. As I was saying a while ago, the setup for Entity Gaming is more suited for a middle to late game, and TNC Tigers might not want to have that extended until then, since their setup is more of a start or early to mid game. Well, of course, there's Phantom Lancer to provide cover should there be a need for an extension of the game to the late game. So here we are, we're seeing Dragonite just being flanked by Zephyr, and we're expecting another aggro here, but then also in the top lane, both lanes, top and bottom, are seeing such bloodbaths here, but with top lane in favor of, oh, there it goes. Bottom lane just had another kill for Dragonite, and Dragonite is being effectively shut down to prevent them from having an extended gameplay late into the game. So Dragonite there just having his third death, courtesy of K and Zephyr. So again, a huge shout out for those who have just tuned in. We are here at Ncgc Live as we're seeing Tusk about to go down, but then the tempo is still too cold and he will survive that aggressive attack by 458 and 1437.
This will come in handy.
Zephyr here discovering Crystal Maiden there, but Crystal Maiden with a Frost or with a Nova just to ward off the apparent attack here. So a double 2-on-2 parent team up here for another gank here for Dragonite, and we should be seeing a more cautious Dragonite here being supported by Crystal Maiden this time. A while ago there was no support and he was just going down for the count. So here we go. Beastmaster is trapped and attacked and chased by 458, and we're about to see something that's about to go down, but then he gets out as Tusk is able to bring in his own brand of justice, defending those who are downtrodden, in this case Beastmaster, and they will both live to see another clash a while later on. So Dragonite here is just being gang-packed by 2-on-1 attack here, and right now Dragonite is effectively being slowly shut down, and his items are still just in a struggling phase. Zephyr here, invisible, going for another setup. Zephyr here, readying for the Barcogs. We're waiting, and there it goes, but Dragonite does not and will not be having a chance out of it, and he goes down again 4 times in a row. 1 is excusable, twice is an error, 3 is an anomaly, and the 4th time is just plain carelessness coming from Dragonite there, as K and Zephyr are just racking up all their points and gold with those kills for Dragonite. Dragonite is really effectively shut down right now, and is struggling for that lane. It's really an imbalance there for the matchup. There's a gang there for Tinker, and he will go down, but not without power cogs for Tusk. Tusk trying to survive, but then is a 3-on-1, and Zephyr will deliver another killing blow for the Entity Gaming. TNC Tigers just really racking up them kills there. And there you go. So for those of you who just wants a shout out and say hello to our the casters and others. But before that, there's Beastmaster, and it's about to go down, but then Jakiro will be going in for the attack there. Beastmaster about to die, but then he just throws the axe for defense, and he will back down and live for that kill. Here's Tusk confronting Jakiro, but then they both decide to just step back a little as 458 teleports in, sets up the attack for Tusk, being double ganged by Phantom Lancer. 1437 providing cover, about to release a dual breath, and Tusk will be burning down to his oblivion. And there it goes, Noya. Too hot for him. Even his eyes just melted around him. And he just melted as much as the heat that was given by Jakiro. So for those who would want a shout out, just tune in to our Twitch channel. It's www.twitch.tv/Ncgc Esports. Dragonite here is about to go down, but then Crystal made us quick for the reinforcement, but cancel it at the last second and opts to go here instead. Tusk will be reinforcing Medusa here, and we're expecting another kill and attack. Beastmaster chasing Jakiro here for that last hit, and he does that, but without 458 just having to harass him and just minding his own business. So right now, TNC is quick and true to their cause that they have to just have this push fast, push quick, and just deny all the late game heroes of Entity Gaming so that they would have an easier time for this first matchup between Entity Gaming and TNC Tigers. So Tigers just brandishing their fangs and claws and just showing Entity Gaming how sharp these fangs are. So right now we have just missed out a 3-on-1 damage and kill again for Dragonite. Dragonite just going down 6 times in a row. And there goes also Beastmaster on top of them. They're just being decimated. And we're, with all the multiple attacks here coming here and on top, we are just missing every no so often. And they're just doing it quite simultaneously. So Zephyr with an invisible, and he is now going to the bottom lane for another setup, most probably for Beastmaster. Beastmaster just having, just being cautious there, and he's about to get back. 458 here is just farming up for the late game, preparing just in case, just an insurance, while providing cover and denial for Tusk here. And Dragonite and Crystal Maiden will be here. There's a stun. There's the snowball. Joe Breezy for the Nova Crystal, and Dragonite will be providing cover and tank, and they're gonna push and trying to destroy 458, but then they get back, not without Beastmaster being ganked here in the bottom. Apparently they're just too aggressive right now, and there's the snowball, there's the block, and Phantom Lancer has been stunned for the second time, and there's the Crystal and imprisoned to his own casket. Finally, Phantom Lancer has been brought down by 3 of the Entity Gamers, and also with a plus bonus there with the first tier tower up the top lane, while K here just continues the assault here on the bottom lane with Beastmaster reinforcing, but not being able to be successful at that. Okay, so again we're seeing a much denied Dragonite here. Dragonite just switching lanes here with Beastmaster. Good call. He will be able to farm up here. Hopefully he would be able to get back on track so that they could survive better. Otherwise it's gonna be a whole lot of whooping for them. So also for those who would want a shout out and those who would want to comment here, just head on to our FB page. It's fb.com/Ncgc Esports. And we would appreciate if you could give us feedback on how we would be better up in providing this telecast. And now Beastmaster has been trapped by Zephyr and he has been shot upon, but then there's the snowball and there's the doppelganger escaping Jakiro for the support, but then Noya is backing out now. For the chase is K, and he is about to go down as well as Noya, but then Noya is able to get out of it. Dragonite again goes down for the count as well as Phantom Lancer, and it will be a 2-on-2 exchange there on the bottom lane, and it's going to be really bloody. We are just seeing hits here and there and just setups early in the game, and it's really exciting in this matchup. Both teams are showing aggressiveness, but it seems that TNC Tigers are showing much more tenacity and gameplay here and practically a better synchronization of their attack skills.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
So for net worth, we see here Medusa just minding her own business in the middle lane, just racking up them gold and net worth with kills for creeps. And we can see that she is not being tested much, and this might be a problem later on for the end game if Medusa is able to tank up much. Even without Dragonite there, we are seeing that Medusa may be able to handle that herself. Now there's a 3-man smoke, or rather 3-man smoke. That's why we're very quiet. And things are about to get sour, and they will get discovered or not. They just outflanked each other. They just went around, they kept trying, they were just like driving in their own lanes. But they're going for the comeback here. Going back, and K is discovered, but then K seeks help. Sepher just goes there, and the stun, snowball, and the uppercut in your face. There's the cogs, and Beastmaster is trapped. Doppelganger and dual breath exposed. Tinker for the reinforcements. Freezing field, damaging everything altogether. Beastmaster goes down first. Also, Sepher is being harassed by Dragonite, but they're able to go back. Noya here is trapped, and he's being chased. But then he goes for the hit and the stun, but then he's trapped. A 3-on-1 Gamboozled moment there for Noya. And he didn't stand a chance, he just brought time there for Dragonite to escape. And it's a good call there. Dragonite is really way back in the net worth here. He is already on the 5th position, and he should be racking up them items. And it's a good thing that he has been given a chance to live, to just farm and not be deprived of any other goal there upon death. So again, Entity Gaming right now with that clash just pushed up their net worth, team net worth, while most practically it's all about brought about by Medusa here, just racking up them creep kills, last hits. But then as for the hero progression, we are seeing the late game heroes of Entity Gaming just having to struggle, especially Dragonite here as he is being shut down, and he just went down a lot by about 7 times. So it's gonna be quite difficult for him. And there's a smoke by Sepher and Jakiro, and they will be flanking the riverside, hoping to find a target. But everyone's on their own respective maps. They'll be flanking and checking out this portion, the shrine, putting up logistics, and there's observer wards, and they'll be providing support, offensive support for that. Everyone else in the Entity Gaming is far away for them to even target, and they'll just have to be contented, and most probably be contented with a push down the bottom lane. While Medusa has been discovered by Sepher, there's no contact and there's no engagement. Joe Breezy and Rotten going for the smoke there, and they're planning to gank In Your Dream. And will it be a common? And it will be successful. He has been ultimate. The stun there, the snowball for the kill. It's a no In Your Dream moment. And practically it's supposed to be Entity Gaming's statement there. In your dreams, you can't even escape our attack there. So here, Joe Breezy, Rodden, and Noya providing a third 3-man attack with Dragonite for the flank. And then Phantom Lancer will just have to go down in that. Jakiro and Sepher providing a 2-on-5 attack. Snowball for the initiating. Jakiro has been uppercut in your face with all the snowballs, but Joe Breezy has been stopped. Nevertheless, 1437 will have to go down. Right now, things are looking in the way of Entity Gaming. They are just doing things properly here in the late early game, and practically they're just doing better than expected, despite Dragonite just being fed to the Lions. Okay, a huge shout out to Nervin, Dave, and Rick, and Henry J, and to all the to GC Davao. Hello, we hope you're watching this, and we hope you're having fun. And please stay with us as we broadcast this best of 3 series. So Joe Breezy here is doing quite a good support there. The freezing field was supposed to wipe out the enemy team, but then Joe Breezy was stopped there. And here's the snowball and the uppercut knockout. And there goes Phantom Lancer. And Joe Breezy going down with that dual breath, as well as the attack by K. And Clockwork will just have to stop ticking. And K will also be targeted here, and not without showing an attack there, but then going down as well. Medusa just screaming her lungs out and just stopping everyone there dead in its tracks. So apparently Entity Gaming is just providing their own flavor of attack this time, and TNC Tigers is just caught off guard and they don't know what to do. Entity Gaming just stepped up their game and became the much more aggressive, the alpha team here, and they're showing what they're worth. So again, for those who have just arrived and just tuned in, I am Sensei, your caster and analyst here in the best of 3 series of this Southeast Asian qualifiers for the TI 2018. We hope you stay here. For comments and shoutouts, just go to our Twitch page at www.twitch.com/Ncgc Esports and or our Facebook page at fb.com/Ncgc Esports. And we would appreciate if you could provide us with comments and suggestions. Well, of course, constructive ones on how we could bring about this casting better in your favor. So here we go back to the game. Everyone's just farming up around, each team up to his own and own side of the map. And we're not expecting any clash outright soon. Phantom Lancer just backing out and just having to farm up for another item. It seems that Phantom Lancer was really soft during clashes and squished right away. So Beastmaster just invisible right now, and they're signaling for a gank there up on the near the shrine of the Dire team, upper top, but not without Zephyr just catching Noya. Noya quick for the snowball, the uppercut, but then there's 2 of them, and Noya has to back out. There's Crystal Maiden, and Tinker will just have to be soft and squishy right now, and Joe Breezy barely escaping that. And Clockwork will just have to be contented with an attack there. Medusa just had a kill there with Jakiro coupled with Dragonite there. There's the backup and the Wingman just providing cover for Medusa. So there we have Entity Gaming now rewarding themselves with a couple. And anyway, shout out to Quiapo, Manila, and everyone there, especially Nij Mauga, and also for Apple Rich Angot. And now we have Roshan giving out the Aegis, but then also shout out for Oven and Nila, and Terabytes.net Davao del Norte. Tinker here is just providing a push. Dragonite here has been caught, but no, Dragonite has been quick to do that. Phantom Lancer just farming up for the late game. It seems that TNC Pro is thinking about this might go into the late game, as Entity Gaming is quick to adapt and provide cover and just have good clashes here and there. And TNC Tigers might have a problem late in the game. So there's a quick push by Entity Gaming up the top lane while being countered by TNC here in the bottom lane. And Noya here just seeing Wind Ranger, a 2-on-2 attack, but then K goes down. Zephyr is dual attack, and there's the flare, but Noya just gives the final attack there.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Noya is being attacked and harassed by Tinker, but then he's able to get out of it. with a secure from a shrine there, so it's a no dice. They will be backing up. TNC Tigers just lost a couple of deaths there, unnecessary deaths. They were just not ready for that. And apparently, the shutdown for Dragonite allowed the other heroes to buff up and provide cover, especially Medusa here, as well as Tusk. So Tusk here is ready to provide cover as soon as there will be aggression here. And TNC Tigers will be pushing down the bottom lane, while the others just would have to defend the higher ground on the middle. Beastmaster for the reinforcement. Dragonite for the reinforcement, but not without the creeps destroying that. There's the stun, and the uppercut is about to happen. And we're just waiting, but then there's no 1-2. It's rather a punch and an axe hack by Rotten there. Beastmaster just delivering damage there. And we are seeing 1437 go down this time around. As for net worth, Medusa just continues to be a farmer, a good farmer at that, and just farming up for the late game. Seems to it that Entity Gaming's strategy is just to survive this, have some quick kills here and there, push a little, create space, and have Medusa clean up later in the end game for that tankiness and added damage. And we just saw K being attacked there with a setup by Tusk. Tusk providing just excellent setup. The snowball just being set up for his effect. And now Noya is on the hunt as he is. They just used the smoke. Joe Breezy and Rotten will have to be going the other way. They'll be flanking both areas. And Beastmaster will be hunting down, or rather be Zephyr there. And Zephyr has been seen. His attack, there's a cogs. But the freezing field will just have its own toll on Zephyr. Zephyr didn't stand a chance. Tinker just backing out. Artillery not that effective, but Tusk here has just caught 458. And 458 is running, but the snowball is going to hit, and the uppercut, but not then. Doppelganger just has been called out, and they will be backing out because of reinforcements from TNC Tigers. There's the stun. Tinker just falls down like wet tissue. A breath of fire from Dragonite, a stun, shield bash, and then a breath of fire just burned up Tinker like paper. And now they're going to push down up the mid lane and will be practically pushing there. And we're hoping for a good clash here. Anything can go good or wrong in this manner. Dragonite seems to have a little bit more of an item set here. Cogs have been protecting the Zephyr. And Black will be using her tankiness. And they will be providing cover for the artillery to just hit down on the tower here. We're seeing here much action on the top lane, or rather in the middle lane. Dual breath does not matter, but then the tower will be done now. And we're seeing the first tier tower go down. Okay, while we're on our downtime here, a shout out to PJ Galo Narabla and GC Digos and Susmar Husaf. Yeah, apparently Medusa has been racking up them gold because of all the creep kills here. And we're expecting more from Medusa, and they're just waiting for the end game here. It's practically the middle game, but then Medusa has been rather neglected here. Medusa has been neglected, and as for our item checks, we can see here Medusa just having good items here, as well as Dragonite just being able to get back on track. And things are looking good early in the mid game, or rather middle of this mid game. And Entity Gaming seems about just ready to go into the late game in a few minutes. As for TNC Tigers, it's a problem with them right now. They just neglected Medusa, and now she is super fat, just like me. And it's going to be much of a meat fest there when they hack and slash Medusa, but then she'll be such a force to be reckoned with. the squishiness of TNC Pro here. The heroes practically is just no match for the tankiness of the others. And there goes Dragonite with a setup. Dragon per dragon. Who's the better dragon? It's Dragonite.
Dire's bottom shrine is under
Practically, Jakiro is not a real dragon. And there's a stun for Phantom Lancer. That's not able to doppel and he goes down. Again, courtesy of Dragonite in dragon form. And they'll be pushing up the bottom lane. And we're seeing a bad situation for TNC Tigers at this first match between TNC Tigers and Entity Gaming. And right now, they still haven't found that recipe on how to counter this attack, this onslaught. Practically middle to end game would be in favor of Entity Gaming, and they did just that. As for the buyback status, here we have 6 of them ready for the buyback, and Medusa still collecting, who just bought an item. Medusa here being a tycoon with more gold than usual. Not your average Medusa here in this 20 minutes, being able to boost her gold up just because of creep kills and assists there during clashes, and it's a good thing for her, and it's going to be good apparently for Black to be able to be secured for the end game. And Ping Vinsec will be contented as well, being able to provide a tank and cover. So here's the smoke. A failed attempt for the Cogs, but Joe Breezy is going away, but then he's been stunned. Joe Breezy, Crystal Maiden just escaping for her life, but then she gets snuffed out of her wits. It's a 5-man gang. Yeah, this is family friendly, so yeah, it's a gang up. I'll just have to be contented with that term. It's a 5-man gang up on Crystal Maiden. And now we're seeing 2 fronts here. Zephyr just waiting for attack. And there's a push by Entity Gaming, but then they back out. And they will just have to be contented with a push. And now there's a stun, there's an uppercut. We're seeing an uppercut. No, not yet. There's the attack, just saving that for the last, but then uppercut has just been dealt a while ago, so they'll just have to be contented with a hack and slash courtesy of Beastmaster, but a finishing blow by Noya. So the push has been detoured up here on the top lane, and they'll be pushing, but then it's a 3-man attack on a 4-man defense here. And they're still waiting for the nuker here, Tinker. And there's Dragonite for the blink, but bamboozled. You're stuck in this ice, and Dragonite will just have to rack his way about out of now. But then Dragonite has been shackled shot, snowball in effect. Who's to hit? It gets out, and they're able to defend themselves from an almost disastrous failed attempt of a push up the top lane. While Tinker here is busy minding his own business. But then practically Entity Gaming just signaled for Roshan being alive now, and Beastmaster will have to be defending that. And double damage has been signaled by Joe Breezy. Medusa will be getting it, ready for that clash, and most probably they'll make good use of that for Roshan there. Quicker attack, but then there's the flare. They've been discovered. You've been caught, and it's up to TNC Tigers now if they will engage or not. Roshan is out of his cage, his baby cage now, and things are about to get ugly or dull. So they decide to just back down. Nobody wants to go beyond the trench there. And Phantom Lancer just waiting for the most opportune time. Medusa still having that double damage. There's the first hit. There's the snowball reaching for K, but then does not reach. There's the shout, stunning one, and Tigers. K goes down, and another goes down, courtesy of Medusa, and 3-man down, buyback for all of them, frantically trying to get back in the front as this war rages on right up the middle. And we're seeing another death here, courtesy of Noya. He goes down, courtesy of Phantom rather, In Your Dream. And Entity Gaming will be more wise right now to just back down with a fresh set of heroes from TNC Tigers just defending well. And there you have Phantom Lancer just there attacking, but then Phantom Lancer is being ganked up. Freezing Field, therefore the damage and Clockwork as well as Phantom Lancer goes down. Artillery from Tinker does not help much. Tanked by Dragonite. Dragonite just minding his own business, does not even care. I just want my Roshan in my belly right now. I'm the dragon, you're just a beast, and give me your Aegis. But no, Black just gets that, being a tankier herself. Black just saying to Dragonite, I get the Aegis, you died a while ago, so it's mine. Okay, well, we're on our downtime. A huge shout out for Dio Andre and Domar Loves Sandy. And yeah, to Domar Rosales, hi, and you shout out. We hope you're watching this and you're enjoying our cast here at Ncgc Esports. And as for your statement, yeah, most probably Entity Gaming, as I was saying a while ago, I'll be saying it time and time again, middle to end game will be about 70% chance for Entity Gaming. And TNC Pro just had to finish it off just before 30 to 35 minutes. Otherwise, it would be disastrous for them. They would be too squishy for Medusa and Dragonite. They were about and they were good to shut down Dragonite, but they forgot the more dangerous hero, Medusa. And Medusa is making her presence felt this time around. Medusa just tanking up, Dragonite providing additional tank, and the hitters in the form of Tusk and Beastmaster for the setup, just providing enough cover for the hits and kills. Of course, Crystal Maiden going in for the third wave of attack during Clash and just releasing that Freezing Field for that added damage effect. So Entity Gaming seems like just ripe for the picking and harvesting of this first win, but then still things might get ugly for them. If things don't go their way and the miracle happens, then it might be a turnaround of events. But right now, what we're seeing is Entity Gaming just having their time. Dragonite being ganged up, but then Freezing Field is there. In your face, 1, 2, 3. And there goes the third one. And Jakiro is about to go down. There's the stun and there's the attack by Dragonite. He is again and again the better dragon of them all. So comment below here in FB what you think about it. It's just a GG call by TNC. TNC Tigers just called GG, and it's a win for Entity Gaming up the 36-minute mark, and it is up to the early late game of this matchup. So practically what we have seen here is that TNC Tigers were not able to properly shut down the essential heroes there, and they just had it coming to them. They allowed Medusa to buff up, and they ignored Medusa outright in the middle lane. All throughout the game, we didn't see much of a harassment for Medusa. There were no rotations there trying to shut down Medusa. In my opinion, it should have been Medusa that they should have shut down instead of Dragonite, but then yeah, they went for the quick kills, easy kills. It was an imbalance for laning. The Dragonite was practically outlaned, but then in the end, it paid off. They just had to work with an effective 4-man team during the early and middle game to provide cover for Dragonite to get back on track and just redeem himself and put into good use. And practically as soon as the middle game just kicked in, around 20 to 25 minutes, it was already felt that the middle to end game would be Entity Gaming's game. So there you have it, folks. So again, first match between Entity Gaming and TNC Tigers, with Entity Gaming winning at the 36-minute mark. And for those of you who are just tuned in or just watching right now, we are inviting you to continue watching with us here at Ncgc Esports. For those who would want to watch in Twitch, you could comment and suggest for how we could make this a better experience for you. We'll be broadcasting in English, of course, and we would appreciate for your updates and shoutouts, as well as comments and suggestions. Constructive ones will be best and tune in to twitch.tv/NCGC Esports, or for those of you who are just using Facebook, you may log in, comment, chat, and interact with us at fb.com/NCGC Esports. So again, we're just gonna wait for the second match between TNC Tigers and Entity Gaming in a few minutes. We'll be taking a break, and this has been Sensei, your caster and analyst for this matchup. I'll see you then. Goodbye.